Hi, Oliver. Good morning. I'll be sending a video instead to better explain my perspective and respond to your question for the team leaders regarding the operational impact of the invoice-based productivity model. Personally, I believe that the invoice-based model can work, but only if there is a more standardized and fair method of measuring the productivity across the organization. I also agree. I have actually also read Lisette and also Jordy's opinion, and I also agree with them. And one of my biggest operational challenges that I see here is that not all of the invoices require the same level of effort, which you have also mentioned here. Since for example, for the complex invoices, VIP venues, problematic. Actually, no, it's not actually problematic, but some of the distributors are, or some of the vendors, for example, are having different invoices as compared from the other invoice, for example. And specifically, for example, with the long invoice, I am pretty sure, I'm confident somehow that the other team members are no longer updating, or are yeah they are no longer updating our tracker that consolidates all the long invoices, because somehow I also do not update that one or that tracker, because we have also rolled out different that we've actually already using different tracker. So um another concern of mine is that the potential impact on the quality. Actually, that's my top priority. That's actually my main concern here, the quality. If the productivity we become too focused on maximizing the invoice counts within a shift, there is a potential risk that the quality standards may be, or it will be eventually affected. And in the long run, I also agree with you, Olivier, that it will impact the team's collaboration, the workload balance, and yeah, definitely the team's collaboration. And in addition to, from my operational perspective, Oliver, I think we need to strengthen first, or improve the current productivity framework. I know that you all consistently communicate with us the productivity expectations, especially for those members, right? For those full-time members who handles, or for full-time members, they are expected to deliver at least not maximum, at least 40 invoices on a daily basis, right? But the implementation and the measurement across the team members, for me, that is something that we are still lacking of, especially the visibility. And for example, I know that the productivity, I don't have really that idea if the if our productivity, I know that it is being pulled manually yet. I know that we are still actually sending the productivity to you um, on a daily basis, especially for those team members that produce, let's say, for example, 100 invoices. For example, today I actually already able to work more than 100 invoices, which is I'm going to send you my productivity file, right? And I know that it becomes also more challenging when we are when we are also when we wanted to get the total hours of shift, total working hours spent by each team member. Especially, I know that this was became my concern before, right? I actually also raised with you whenever I spotted some team member. Let's say if I observe that the venue that I have assigned was not completely work, even that I know that for that specific shift it is somehow manageable, and I didn't see any progress on it. That is why I have raised with you. Can you please pull, or can you please check how many hours did this team member work for that specific shift date? Which is why um I have actually, when I received that question from you, I came across on, creating a time tracker. I know, actually, I've been thinking this time tracker already for such a long time. And I'm not only confident to really push the time tracker across the team, because if there will be a time tracker, somehow they may think that we are already starting to micromanage each team member, and that's something that we are not really wanted to push through, right? But from an operational perspective, and I know that you are reporting directly to Angelo, and Angelo, I know that he's been also asking about our productivity. I know it's somehow difficult to measure the productivity of each team member, especially for full time. Let's say if they really spent 8 hours, let's say, and for especially also for those team members who work per hour, right? So this is actually the reason why I have sent a video instead of directly answering in our Slack channel, because I really wanted to. Yeah, I am not really 100% confident with this tracker, and yeah, and I really wanted to get to know your thoughts about this time tracker. Well, with this time tracker, I just only created it today after I have read your question. So with this time tracker, I just wanted to explain first, give you a quick run through about about the purpose of this tracker. Well, with this time tracker, you can see here the shift date. The team member, if once actually this time tracker will be rolled out to the team, they just only need to enter the shift date, to be followed with the task category. And then under the task category, you can see different task category that I have added. But the common task tagging or category that the team will be often use is these two invoice correction and the invoice processing. I just only added other admin and ad hoc tasks for the team leaders as well, because I know if there are new members, for example, we're doing the QA, we're doing some training, and most importantly for the venue assignment and monitoring, which I usually spend around an hour because I still relied with the on the Airtable manually. So with this tracker, actually the goal is to provide a clearer operational data or context behind the productivity numbers. So they can indicate the task category, and they can also leave a specific remarks. For example, they work on a Crown Plaza, and we've really encountered super heavy slowness in the system, so we can actually leave a remarks here, and you can have that visibility or that data anytime you want to pull this time tracker. And then every time that we will complete this one, we will update this status into actually from blank to y, meaning to say we've already completed this specific task, and then we're going to move on. Well, it's actually based on how the team member will utilize this one. But for example, if they are done already with a specific time entry, then they can update it to y, and it will calculate the duration spent for that specific task, for example, for that specific venue. Now, for example, if they forgot to log or to time in or to time out, they can actually update it manually, and it will still automatically compute the duration. And I have also added additional feature, which is the total hours per shift. So you can easily identify, or we can actually easily identify how many hours are we already working for the specific shift, and it already convert into minutes or hours. And then under the leadership summary, this is the most important feature that I know that will be helpful for you, Oliver. Once you generate the or once you click this button, it will automatically generate the occupancy report for the specific day and also specific month, let's say, because every all the data will be saved here. So yeah, let me know your thoughts here. I don't really want to push this tracker because it's additional burden, it's additional tracker that will be used by the team, especially some other team members are already using the toggle, and I really don't want them to think that again it's what is this tracker again that you really want that you want to add for us. Yeah. I hope you understand, Oliver, which is why I only send it privately. Yeah, that's all, Oliver. Thank you.